Today on Live Daily News, a juror was dismissed in the Christopher Weiss murder trial. The San Angelo State Park announces some closures, and Texas is heading for a record in early voting. I'm James Bellini, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, have you voted yet? Voting is our duty as citizens of this country to preserve our liberty. Early voting in person is underway now until November 1st for Tom Green County. After you're done voting, stop by the always delicious Hoffman's Cake Cottage at 1 South Taylor Street in the Village Shopping Center for a free cupcake. We'll keep your I voted sticker, but you'll still have the tastiest voting experience ever because Hoffman's cupcakes are wonderfully delicious and always homemade. Visit Hoffman's Cake Cottage in the Village Shopping Center at 1 South Taylor Street or online at hoffmanscakecottage.com. Starting things off, a juror in the Christopher Weiss murder trial was dismissed today. District Judge Jay Weatherby found that the juror was angry, frustrated, and exhibited extreme distrust and anger after a specific San Angelo police officer gave his testimony. The juror cited an issue with the officer, and he could not be unbiased, and it was indicated that the juror knew and had issues with the officer. District Attorney Allison Palmer said the juror should be dismissed, while Defense Attorney Gonzalo Rios claimed it would be premature to release the juror at this point. Judge Weatherby ruled that the juror had clearly expressed his issues and dismissed him anyway. One of the alternates replaced the juror, and San Angelo Live will have more on this trial later this evening. And Texas is off to a record start for early voting. The Texas Secretary of State office reported nearly 900,000 Texans have cast ballots on Monday, which was the first day of early voting. Tom Green County had 3,321 voters vote on Monday, which is 4.58% of registered voters. As far as the Contra Valley, Coleman County had the highest percentage of voters, 9.14%, or 561 voters, and Runnels County had the lowest at 4.38, but that's still 298 voters. Have you downloaded the San Angelo Live mobile app yet? It's free and it's the best app in the business. Download it off the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Stay up to date with news in San Angelo. And San Angelo State Park has announced some closures of trails and camping locations for the upcoming months to accommodate hunters and other activities. The first closure will be on October 26th, this Saturday, starting at 5 p.m. and extend through October 30th at 8 a.m. During this, all trails along with the Riverbend, Red Arroyo, and Isabel Hart camping areas will be inaccessible to visitors. For a full list of closures, go to sanangelolive.com. And the Business Networking Happy Hour at the ArcLight Bar and Grill is Wednesday from 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. This week's business networking is brought to you by Downtown San Angelo Incorporated. Stop by, meet the movers and shakers in San Angelo, and celebrate with a free delicious appetizer, and find Monica Ramos, head of Downtown San Angelo, for drink tickets. They are paying part of the tab Wednesday night from 4 to 7 p.m. at the ArcLight Bar and Grill, located inside the Clarion Hotel at 441 Rio Concho Drive. And into weather right now, it's 91 degrees outside, the high for today, and tonight the low drops down to around 59. On Thursday, the high dips down to about 89, and it will be sunny out, and then Thursday night, the low hits down at around 61. On Friday, some clouds could roll in, but it will be mostly sunny out with a high of 88, and then Friday night, the low reaches 57, and those clouds should stick around throughout the night. It does not look like we'll be hitting the 90-degree day mark, or the 90-degree mark over the coming days and through the weekend. When we come back, we'll have several coaches with San Angelo State, including Coach Girsch and Coach McCorkle. But first, a word from the Bass Bunch.
$59,999 for a new Ford Expedition XLT. Get a full-size 3-row seating SUV for the family that needs a lot of room. Equipped with a moonroof, second-row captain seats, along with many more features, make it the absolute perfect SUV. You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com, or use this QR code. Yep, the one on my shirt.
Get started.
Heck of a win on Saturday. It just seems like the offense has just really found its groove and really found its identity these last 3 to 4 weeks. Can you kind of give us your overall feelings and just explain how you kind of have seen this offense grow yourself?
Yeah, it's it's kind of what we expected. Even early in the season. It's just it's a matter of time getting. When you're breaking in, a new quarterback and those type of things, it just takes a little bit of time. And Braden's just taken so many steps forward. At the quarterback position. Obviously, Caden having some injury bugs a little bit early in the season. Braden got all the reps, during practice. So I think that's really helped him in what he's doing and how he's performing. But that's kind of what we expected out of him. He's a really talented player, and we knew what we had in the O-line. We were built in the O-line in the sense of what we felt we can do there. We got 3 all conference kids in there right now, and 2 of them were players of the year at the O-line position in the Lone Star Conference at 2 different years. So, just a great group. Obviously, you look at the receiver room too, what we've done and who we got in there. I'm going to kind of highlight Zorn today. Zorn did a great job with what we asked him. We were a little banged up at the running back position, so you saw him take a couple handoffs, you saw him catch a couple footballs. We've asked him to do a lot of different things, and he's done nothing besides put his head down and work hard and be positive in that role. So, we got a good group on offense, and it was a matter of time before things started clicking and working right. And really proud of the way they were playing, and obviously the way we're getting them ready to go each and every week. The offensive staff has done a great job of staying consistent in what we do, not wavering, even when things weren't great right away. Staying the course and doing what we do and being who we are. We want to be able to run it. We want to be able to throw it, and we've proven, I think, the last 5 weeks we can do both.
Week 5, you guys have two players of the week with Braden and Kenton, and then you have again the Fuller brothers back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
What does that mean for your entire team to know that you guys are getting those honors even back-to-back weeks?
Well, it means consistency, right? Yeah, that's something you look for. Kenton probably should have had it a few other times. I think he's leading us in tackles, averaging close to 10 tackles a game. He's just doing some great things. So it's something that we focus on here at Angelo State. We want to be great at everything. We want to be, we had a defensive player of the week. We've had, Braden 3 times as offensive player. We play great special teams here, and then Kate Fuller has very deserving in weeks past as well, but broke through and got that award, and I think he's either leading the country or second in the country in punting right now. So, he's a threat. There's no doubt. So, it's just something we work on. We take all 3 phases of the game serious, and it shows kind of how we do things, and it's great in recruiting too. We can promote that in recruiting, and you're going to come to Angelo State. It's not just going to be about offense, not just going to be about defense. It's going to be about a winning atmosphere in a team. So, that's the philosophy we brought into it, and really proud of those guys.
I was going to ask about the defense. They've only allowed 2 touchdowns last 4 games.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about why they're playing at such a high level right now?
Well, I think we're really talented back there, on the defensive end. It starts up front. That was one spot we thought. We knew we had some good players, but we brought in a few guys to kind of fill some holes to create depth. We've had some good young kids that have kind of developed into great backup players that come in and give some guys some reps. Quentin Lucas is a great example of that. What he's done so far for us as a redshirt freshman, I don't know that we were expecting that yet. We knew he was talented, but just what he's done, kept stepping up, and he's a sponge. He's still learning a ton of football. But guys like that just providing us great depth in that part of it. At the linebacker position, you're looking at 3 guys that are all seniors that have got a lot of football. That have played a lot of football at Angelo State. Yeah, actually, Woods has another year if he wants to come back. But we just got a lot of depth there, and same thing at the back end. So I just think the energy level is high. Coach Salgado and the staff on defense have done a great job of preparing these guys. I told them after the game on Saturday, the reason we're winning these games and playing so well is the preparation during the week. And I've been very impressed with our guys at practice each and every day, coming out, learning the game plan, if we were switching anything up, and just being open to new ideas, and that part of it, and they prepared well. So, defensively, there's no doubt. I thought we'd be pretty good on defense start of the year. I'm very pleased with how things are going, and we're tough. We can get into multiple things on the defensive side, whether it's different packages that we bring in and out, and I guess what other teams are doing, and we got a good skill set there.
To kind of piggyback off the defense, back-to-back weeks, you guys start on defense to start the game, and Xavier Walton gets a pick to put you guys back on offense. Is that something going forward that you guys are going to continue trying to do, is put the defense on the field first, kind of take that momentum at the end of the first half to kind of have knowing that you're getting that ball at the second half?
Yeah, it's we like to defer if we win the toss, and You know, it's kind of funny. I think Eric Rasco's been our captain out there calling it, and he hasn't lost, you know, on that side. So every time he wins, he kind of turns back and looks at us like, I said, yeah, defer again. You know, we want to defer. So, you know, we wouldn't be afraid of putting our offense out there first. I mean, we're doing great things, but I just like I like being on defensive first. You know, it's you know, if you can get a 3 and out and do some things on defense, you're going to get great field position, and more than likely, when we kick off, we're going to kick it through the end zone with Cade. So, you know, we're going to get great field position to start off if we can get a stop. So, the other thing is, you know, after the adjustments are made at halftime, you can go out and have the ball first and you know, get that possession. So, yeah, that's something we definitely want to do, and it always helps when you get an interception like that, you know, to start that game. But, you know, Xavier's just gotten better and better each and every week, and I think I said it last week, he's a tackle machine, and he's just learning. He also is still a young player. He's only a sophomore, and, you know, he's a sponge too. You know, he's learning so much football, open to coaching, and takes it well, and he's reaping the benefits of it.
That's about your thoughts on this week's matchup. You got a conference newcomer.
Yep.
The big games are down the road, but how do you feel about this one this week?
Well, I feel good. You know, we got to go into it. We're playing good football right now, you know, and the excitement, the energy, you know, knock on wood that we're pretty healthy on things. So, you know, that's the biggest part. You know, it's end of the day, it's not about who we're playing right now. It's about us getting better and continuing to improve as a football team. You know, Sol Ross had a good first win in the Lone Star Conference this past weekend with Western Mexico, so there'll be some excitement there, you know, from them coming in. And, you know, they're well coached. If you take a look at the room that they have in the receiver room, it's impressive. They got some kids that can really go at receiver. The quarterback's leading the conference in passing right now. Now, they throw it a lot, you know, but he's leading the conference in that, and the receivers leading it in yards. So, you know, we'll have our hands full with those kids. You know, there's a great skill set there, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to have their hands full too, you know, with Angelo State. You know, we've like I said, we're a different team than we've been, and we're playing great football, and the energy and preparation's there. So look forward to the matchup. You know, by no means are we taking anybody lightly. I know they only have one Lone Star Conference win, but in this conference, you can find out the hard way. If you don't prepare well and get better this week, bad things can happen. So we definitely won't let that slide.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the Giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Hey, Coach, just overall, you had 2 shutouts last week. How'd you feel about the way that your team played?
I thought the first half against St. Mary's was decent. Not bad, but just decent. Second half of St. Mary's was probably the best that we've played this year. So extremely proud of the way that the team made a couple of adjustments in the halftime period. So really happy about that game. The EMU game had a lot of, you know, twists and turns with the coach being released, and then we changed the date of the game and all that kind of stuff. So it was a little bit of an emotional thing, I think, for our team to kind of handle. And obviously Eastern's dealing with it more than we are with changing of the coaches and that kind of stuff. So difficult, you know, first game for us on artificial surface, which is not great for soccer. And so I thought we dealt with it okay. I think we left a few goals on the field, though. That was kind of the only negative side that I would say is that we probably could have scored more goals. So we play UTPB on Wednesday, another turf game, and then we play at home against DBU and then play on turf again at WT. So we have 3 of our 4 games right now that are on fake grass. So it's a little bit of something for us to overcome and get a little bit more calm on the ball, because the ball does bounce more. But good result from the girls. Got a lot of girls in. You know, we had an injury last week that kept out Ashlyn Vick. So CJ came in, and then actually CJ went down that game too with an injury. So fortunately for us, we have decent depth in the back, and so we made a couple of adjustments and got through it. Kept our shutout. Again, really good job from our team as far as staying concentrating and not letting some mental lapses happen to where we give up a goal, and then you never know what's going to happen with the other team. You know, does their mentality shift? And so really good for us to not allow that situation to occur.
Coach, you mentioned a few weeks ago that you wanted the defense to kind of step up a little bit to help create more opportunities for offense. How have you felt with your defense the past few matches?
Good. I mean, I think Will told me that we were averaging like allowing 3 shots a game, which is pretty low. And then that's 3 shots on goal would be less than that. So defensively doing well. I think in attack, when we have set pieces and getting forward, I think, a couple weeks ago, I think was when Tina had her 2 goals. And then, even this last week, we have a great set piece with Caitlin Heisey serving in. Shay Ward gets there and serves it back across, and Abby's there to finish it. So pretty much like a training ground practice routine for that goal, which is always nice. That just has to do with execution and then concentration in the moment. And so really happy with how we performed in that aspect in that game. So I still think that there's more goals for Tina to get. Other defensive players that can score. Nice to see Heisey as one of our defensive center mids, get an assist and a goal this weekend. I think she had an assist in the game against St. Mary's. I can't remember if maybe she played one of those into Brzicas or Grace. But right now defensively, I think we're doing pretty well.
How do you feel about the games y'all have coming up, particularly Dallas Baptist?
Yeah, well, it's one of those, everybody wants to look at that game. For us, we have to remember that there's a game before that. And unfortunately for us, I only have to look back 2 years and see what the worst outcome can be, which is we are playing really well. We play against a UTPB team that we probably should get a result against, and yet we go up there, we lose 2-1. And then we come back, so I don't know if that's the Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, but we lose that game, and then we come back against DBU and beat them 2-0 with a goal like 3 seconds left in the first half, and then a second goal later on in the second half. So play really well. What we have to do in order to be one of the best teams in the region is we have to perform like that in every game we play. And so that's what we're trying to concentrate on is UTPB. I know everybody's excited about DBU, but that game's not here yet. Because of the format of this, we have to talk about DBU. They've done well. They've been scoring a ton of goals. But I think we need to be fair in how we evaluate them, and no disrespect to Sul Ross, but it is their first year in the conference, and DBU scored 9 against them. DBU is a good team. Sul Ross is a team that's just stepping up into D2. So that result is a good result, but I don't know that that's the end-all be-all for the Lone Star Conference is looking at how DBU did against Sul Ross.
Coach, 3 of your next 6 games are at home. How excited are you to play some of these more meaningful matches at home?
We're always excited to play at home. I think we've created a really great home atmosphere. I hope that we get some of the clubs that were there this last week. One of them got sent home. Maybe they changed their chant because the referee was a little bit sensitive. But we want them there. I think that having that good home crowd gives your team belief. In moments where they wonder how will they respond to a situation, when the crowd is encouraging you to push forward and dominate and do well, I think the crowd can be a huge plus for your side. So hopefully it will give us a lift when we need it on Saturday.
How happy are you with Amber Lockwood's performances? 8 of the last 12 games that she has a shutout. So how impressed are you with her performance?
Yeah, she's done well. I think statistically, in the NCAA stuff, she's probably right up there with the best in the country right now. She's been fantastic in dealing with high challenges, which is one of the things that we value a lot in our keepers. She's improved off her line. She just gives that confidence in the back line that they think, listen, the shot's taken, they don't turn and have that, oh my gosh, what's going to happen moment. They're like, she's got it, she's going to be there. And she has been. So, last time I think she gave up goals was against Midwestern on the road, gave up a bomb from 35 yards and then kind of we let the first one slip in. Probably not great defending on that one, but she's done great. But so has our defenders. We've limited teams in the number of shots, and so while she's done her part when asked, I think our defense has done well to prevent the teams from, forcing Amber to make save after save after save. And so both parts deserve credit.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations including estate jewelry, Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Conos at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Contra Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app to stay up to date with news from in and around the Contra Valley. Thanks again, and we'll see you.